Hello, I'm John Miller. I'm really glad you stopped by the Auto Dealer Target Roundtable, and the reason you're seeing me now instead of the roundtable right away is because we had some extremely poor recording quality, and so I clipped out the parts that were very hard to watch, and I'm going to bring you up to speed verbally, and I'm going to run through as quickly as I can. But before I say that, let me give you a little advice, because I'm sure a lot of you are contemplating doing the Google Plus Hangouts and possibly even recording them, and I urge you to do that. I've learned just a ton, and you meet some really cool people doing this. First thing, I think I figured out what happened. I was recording the Google Plus Hangout and broadcasting on live stream at the same time, and that's a huge drain on the CPU, the computer, at one time. So what you want to do is get the person that's hosting it, and then have another person who's going to do the recording on a different unit altogether. And so I think that's what we've done in other times in the past, and we've had no problems. This time I was just, I don't know why I started the Hangout, but I did. So I think that's what happened. But it's good to go through and be on a few minutes before the scheduled broadcast, and that's another thing that I didn't do. I wanted to get on at least 10-15 minutes before and run through everything, make sure it was working well, because I would have found the problem had I just done that. But we tested it a couple times, it looked fine, and we just went for it. So without further ado, the part that you're missing is when Tom Kain introduces everybody. He starts and he introduces Chris Saraceno and Mike Myers of DealerElite.net. They're the owners and basically the folks who run DealerElite.net. And tonight we talk about social networking. We talk about the content that's there. We run videos and blogs and things like that, and then we talk about member engagement. Some of the parts were clipped out because they were just unbearable. Other guests tonight, we have Manny Luna, Jay Chang, again Tom Kain, he's sort of leading the interview, and then I'm in there, John Miller. Grant Cardone and some others come in as the meeting goes on, and we had a great time. It was the best attendance we've had. This is the third Auto Dealer Target Roundtable. And one of the other parts that you missed was when Chris Saraceno talked about his time in the auto industry, and Tom asked how he got started. And Chris talked about coming in the auto industry in 1984, right out of college, and he came into the car business thinking that he would just do it for a little while until he found a real job. I mean, how many times have we heard that, in the car business? And he was wanting to go to work possibly at an ad agency or something similar to that. And then he sold cars for 6 years before becoming a manager at the Kelly Group. And he left the Kelly Group briefly when he was the person in charge of training at Saturn Motor Cars. And then in '97 returned to the Kelly Group as vice president. He's been vice president for the past 15 years, and he spent a decade as a partner with the Kelly Group, and he still is working there. And then Mike Myers, we're going to catch a little bit of his introduction. He's been in the auto industry since 2001, and he's currently internet director of a very large store, and runs DealerElite.net in his spare time, so, like a lot of the rest of us. So enjoy. You're still going to see kind of a little bit of the choppy, some of the skips where I've had to just kind of splice the videos together with the video editor. I tried to keep as much of the content there as possible without having some fading coming in and out, because that can get to be annoying. So if you see something clip and jump over to something, I clipped out the stuff that was unbearable to watch. And I think we ended up with a pretty good product. It's over 15 minutes. Quality content is in there. It's got a couple of good jabs, and it's a good time. And so that's the main thing. But I did want to have something produced that all of the folks that were there would be proud of. Please look for us on the next Auto Dealer Target Roundtable. It'll be next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. If you'd like to be a guest or a featured guest doing the talking on one of these just go to AutoDealerTarget.com/roundtable, and that can be where you can also watch if you don't want to be a guest on the actual G Plus Hangout. You can watch from the sidelines, and we've got no problem either way. Just be a part of it. We're here to help and help people learn stuff and reach out there and do something that you haven't done before. So enjoy, and I'll catch you on the other side. Thanks.
About how long has it actually been live and active and been receiving members?
It was March 2010. We launched it, and it was pretty basic. And like Chris said, I mean, we had a lot of well-known people in the industry really help us grow it and promote it. So obviously they shared a lot of the same interests that we had, and a lot of the same passion that we had for it. And so I guess so March 2010 till now. And I remember getting all excited when I saw 500 people join. I called Chris, and you wouldn't believe it, we got 500 people. And I think I must have posted something, and I got a couple emails back, and they're like, "What are you getting excited about?" It's nothing. We were excited for 500.
Yeah, man, that's a good start, especially that quick. What's going to be promoted, the blogs and the videos and so on and so forth.
Well, a lot of when you see top content, it's nothing that's being chosen by me or Chris. It really has to do with the activity of what's popular on the site and how many people open things, look at things, frequency of it, a little bit of an algorithm there, and it posts automatically at that point. So what you're seeing is not the opinion of anybody, but it's just a result of the activity.
As Mike said, we really have no opinion as far as top content. That comes from views, that comes from people that are reading the site. It's all automatic. What we do have the option to do is we have the option to feature something. So if we see something that we think looks inspirational, motivational, or educational, we will feature it. If somebody has a name, we will sometimes feature that if they have a big name in the industry. And then also we look at it and say, who's going to be the next, what's going to be the next big company? What's going to be the next auto trader? Who's going to be the next, Grant Cardone or Dave Anderson of the next generation? We look around for that because we're hoping that that down the road they're going to say, hey, we got our start. Some of the stars of the industry, like a Jim Stewart, David Lewis. So there's a lot of stars that people look up to in our industry. That you have a lot of young guys saying, hey, I want to be that next person.
Yeah, and a lot of those stars are posting content, some of them daily.
Part of the reason the site is where it's at is because you had a lot of great industry leaders support the site and its growth, because it's been, as I said, educational, motivational the whole time, and it's been a site that we've really collaborated with to make things work.
Right. So when it comes to any censoring, do you guys censor? How do you guys monitor that type of stuff, or do you monitor it at all?
My pet peeve is I monitor anyone that is self-promoting and is just blatant self-promotion, and it's not in any way helping any member of the site. Those are the folks that I typically will, typically what we will do is we will call them and coach and mentor them and say, if you really want people to listen to you, people don't want to hear somebody that's self-promoting themselves all the time. They want someone that's going to help this site. So Mike has made some phone calls on that, and so have I.
Okay, well, I'm glad I haven't received a phone call yet, so thank you for that. How many times have you called Grant? No, I'm just kidding.
He's called me a bunch of times. You know what he called me for? Put some more video up.
I think I email Grant at least every other week saying, hey, we want more Grant content.
You know you got some good stuff when you got a guy saying more.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that is good stuff. So what is your all's current member count up to?
We're just at the 6,400 mark, and it's it's a good mix of everybody. You have a lot of dealership people, so salespeople, internet people, but I think more importantly, just as important really is the principals, the CEOs, presidents, the vice presidents, the decision makers at the stores.
It definitely gets to those decision makers because, we get phone calls and emails or comments actually right there on the post. And it's a good feeling when you get that stuff because it doesn't cost you anything to put the content on there. But the quality of the content on Dealer Elite is probably some of the best.
We believe it is the best in the industry.
And you like that little lob up there, Chris?
Yes.
You hit that out of 3 parks.
Yeah.
So speaking of advertising, do you guys offer advertising on Dealer Elite? Because I'm sure we've got some, obviously we've got some vendors and dealers and so forth in here with us tonight.
I'll let Mike handle that one because he sort of is starting to lead the charge on that.
Yeah, we do, and you'll see it on the site. The way these days is we want to try to kind of pick them too. I mean, we have a lot of people that want to be on there, but we have a little bit of discretion there. There's some really great products and great people behind the products that we want them to be the advertisers. You'll see down the right-hand column that's a spot that is going to be on every page you go on. So it's nice because if something gets spread out on the internet and it takes you to a specific page within the site, you'll always see that. And you have the banner ads that you're going to see on the home page. You'll see probably in the next 30 days, right below the ad, you'll see a little link that says read the interview. So not only are people going to be able to click the link directly to their site to find out what the product is, but they'll actually be able to read the interview of the person who is behind that company, which is a little bit unique as far as you get not only to know the company, but the people behind it. We think we've gotten a lot of good feedback from our advertisers with that, so we decided to include it in with our advertising.
Yeah, I told you the other day I thought that was awesome. Yeah, what a great idea. So you guys I think it was recently, at least I noticed it recently, teamed up with Auto Success Magazine. And how did that come about, and what are you guys doing with those guys?
Well, I have been a fan of Auto Success for years. I like the writers that they have in there. I'm a fan of, I was around when it first started the magazine, and I really liked what Susan has done with the magazine. So we kept talking more and more. She was a fan of Dealer Elite. We were a fan of hers. We did the advertising together, and we said, you know what, let's take the best of both worlds. Let's take the best of something that's paperback, along with the best of something that's social, that's helping the dealer body, and let's unite and see what we could do to continue to help the auto industry grow. So it was something that we just collaborated on and said, hey, let's have the best of both worlds, and we were in no way competing with each other.
Yeah, the other thing that's cool with it too is, good content drives a lot of stuff, and especially for our website. What better way to ask for good content than to say, hey, you know what, you could be published in Auto Success Magazine. I think that's an honor, and anybody can do it. I mean, if you just started in car sales and you write a great post and people like it and it's printable, it can be chosen. So anyone's got the opportunity, and we've been archiving that on the site, and you'll see the drop down where it says Auto Success. And Susan's been awesome because she was pregnant, came back, and I mean, she just jumped right in and got everything going on her end, so it was pretty cool. So what she's doing is, helping to pick an article that's some of the top content, and she does a really cool video commentary about why she chose it, and it's a nice piece to go along with the articles.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Of course, I had one recently, so of course I think it's cool.
Hey, Tom, I will mention one of the things personally I'm very proud of. I don't believe there's a week that has gone by in the last year where I didn't have, 10 plus general managers or dealer call me in a week and just say, hey, Chris, thank you. We're using that video. We're using that blog for our sales meetings. It's great information. So every single week I have 10 plus people call me.
And to expand on what Chris is saying, we've had a lot of really great training material on the site, and it's cool for people who haven't really gone out there to kind of get a little bit of a taste with different personalities. I mean, we all know who some of the top trainers are in the industry. Each one of them has a completely different personality, and it just. But at the end of the day, they all, I think, see eye to eye that it's just making the industry better and growing and being a professional. And it's cool because I've learned to see other trainers say, hey, I like his style or I like his viewpoint on this, and I've been exposed to so many people that I didn't even know were out there. And it's a cool place for everyone to kind of gather and find out who's really out there helping the training industry.
Yeah, I would think it would be a great place for a dealer to go and actually fill out who they might want to get to come into their store.
Well, I will tell you, it's also exposing a lot of the younger generation. You have some sales consultants on there that will be managers someday, that will be general managers someday, and what they're doing is they're getting exposed to people in our industry, trainers in our industry, that they would have no idea if it wasn't for Dealer Elite of who this person was, so that when they get to the point that they're a decision maker, that they're also saying, I want this person in our store, I want their company in our store.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, what a great place to. If you just went to Dealer Elite, you could just jump in there, and if you went there and spent an hour, and I would tell everybody, go into Dealer Elite. Doesn't matter if you're a dealer or a vendor or somebody that just got into the car business and you're a salesperson, go in there and just read for an hour. I mean, you'll come out a smarter individual.
What is the, well, Mike's probably a better person to ask this question to.
Right. He may be.
What content do you find that people gravitate toward more? I think it's the video more than the blog.
Absolutely. I can answer that. Videos,
I wasn't asking you, Chris. I was asking Mike, man.
I know, but I'm just going to let you know I know it's videos. Go ahead, Mike.
Chris, we gotta make sure we keep you up in the tower so you can land the planes. I'll answer the questions. What made you decide to take the dive in the auto industry?
One, didn't want to be in the cell phone industry anymore. I used to work at a deli, didn't like that, and one of my friends, Grant knows him, Charlie, started doing the 10X on me, got me to go buy the book, and I started reading the 10X rule, and I said, you know what, I could probably do this if I just do whatever, put my mind to it, and so here I am.
Hey, I will tell you a fun story. My daughters, I have two daughters that are 22 and 19, but each one of my daughters, when they were, in their mid-teens, I had them read Grant's book. Remember, Grant, when I sent you the summary?
Love that.
Yeah, they were part of their job. When they wanted something, I said, okay, I used to give them a book to read. So one of the books I gave them was Grant's book to read, and I think my daughter might have been like 14 at the time, but I made her read one of the sales book, and she had her do a written summary, and that's when I forwarded it to Grant, years ago, and that's when we started talking with each other. But it's all those little things that make a difference. As our founder of the Kelly Automotive Group said, he's always said to me, Chris, the difference between being average and great in your life is the little things. It's the little things you do every day and every week and every year different than the average person. So it's all those little things that are going to make a difference between any sales consultant and running a business that the average guy doesn't do. And I think that's part of what we're doing with Dealer Elite, that why the site has grown so well. It's the little things that we're doing with Dealer Elite that the average automotive social site isn't doing.
So do you guys post any content yourselves, you or Mike?
I believe I did one training video when I was doing a Saturday morning meeting. We did a video, and I think Mike filmed it for me. And I have two blogs I wrote. And Mike, I think, has probably put more blogs on than me. Mike?
Yeah, it's funny. Chris called me the other night, and as soon as I pick up the phone, it was just like a string of profanity. He's like, "What happened?" I was in the middle of writing a blog, and it's something I've been wanting to write about for a while. I'm not going to tell you because I want to go back and actually write it again. I was just about done, and my computer just shut off. Just like someone unplugged it. So, I put some stuff on there. One of the things that you'll see, like on the right-hand side up top, is almost like a, not a diary, but a little bit of a journal, daily journal. Kind of things that are happening behind the scenes. Try to touch on some things
Is
that
the
might be
audio
happening,
working?
things we're doing.
Yeah, yours is. I can't hear Kain for some reason.
Hello, can you hear Mike?
I can hear Chris. I can hear. No. Am I talking?
Nah, I'm talking now.
No.
And you can't hear me at all.
Tom, I can.
I can hear everybody.
Yeah, I can hear everybody too.
Yeah, I can hear.
Grant's a Mac user, so that might be it.
Hey, so am I.
Thanks for stopping by, Grant.
Yeah, you got it. Got take it easy,
Hey,
guys.
thanks, Grant. Appreciate it.
Take care,
Thanks.
Graham.
Yeah,
Keep posting.
You got it, buddy.
All right.
let's see it.
All right, guys. Well, we're getting close to the end, but before we do get to the end, I want you guys to let us or tell everybody out there that'll be viewing this video, right now, live or in the future, how do they get started on DealerElite.net?
Mike?
Well, Google it, go to it, and there's two things you got to do. One, you got to sign up. And really anything you try to engage yourself with, they'll ask you to sign up, or you'll see a sign up in the upper right hand. What's that?
Mike, could you?
What's that? Can you hear me?
I can hear.
I can't. Okay.
John,
no
you've got him, right?
Yeah, I got him. Yep.
Okay.
No worries.
So you just click the sign up. You can actually sign up through your Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, and the fourth one will lose me. I forget. You'll see that. You can actually log in through there too. And the second thing you got to do is, once you are signed up, invite somebody.
Hey, I also see, is that Manny Luna? Are you on? Manny?
Manny is with us, but he's not said anything. I'm guessing Manny doesn't have a mic working.
I'm guessing too. Could you see us, Manny?
Can you wave at us, Manny? Oh, there we go.
Manny is a big fan of this site. He has made that very known over the last year and a half, and he's a pretty awesome person.
Yeah, he is. He's got a
Yeah,
great
Manny's a good guy.
Absolutely.
There
Well,
he
guys-
is.
Cool.
And
Well, I
Tom,
want to thank you guys for. Do you have something to say, John?
yeah, just real quickly, this was one of the best ones we've had as far as attendance, and unfortunately, it's going to be one of the worst ones for quality. Tom, I don't know what happened, but I've been nursing this thing through, keeping it on and off. So I want this to be something that you're proud of when you do go back and watch it, Chris and Mike, because you've done a whole bunch for Auto Dealer Target, and I appreciate everything you do for us. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to cut this into segments and segment it into. It'll be shorter than an hour, but when it gets logged out to YouTube and it'll be posted on Dealer Elite and everywhere else that we push it to, it'll be condensed and cut into a much better format. And if the quality is, I'd like to have you come back when we have some better quality. I don't know what this is our first technical difficulty, so and for anybody else that's watching or anybody, Jay, you've seen the other ones. They've been very good quality and very smooth. This one's not, so I apologize for that. And I want this to be something you're proud of, and so I'll do my very best to clean it up for the rebroadcast later, and welcome you to come back so that we can try it again and have better quality for you next time. I don't know what's going on with it.
Good. Well, thank you for inviting us, and we want to thank all the members of Dealer Elite for being so helpful and helping the auto industry, because we really do look at it as a site that's out there to help the industry continue to grow and bring a lot of people, especially younger folks, into our industry to work with the best of the best and just keep focusing on education, motivation, and inspiration.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. It's awesome. Keep telling everybody about it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun, and we look forward to having you guys back on here again.
You guys have a
Absolutely,
great
thank you.